Hey everybody, it's Lost in Plot, and today we're discussing HBO Max's Santa Inc.
Santa Inc., the holiday special for somebody. I don't know who. Let's talk about the plot. The story here is we've got a female elf. It's very important that she's a female elf.
That's right, she's Santa's lieutenant. She's the chief elf, responsible for all the logistics of Christmas Day and Eve.
And she decides in this first episode that she wants to be the successor to Saint Nick.
She's next. Yeah.
It's time for a woman to do it.
She's gonna be next.
A woman elf to take over for Santa, and that is the plot behind our first episode.
But there's a problem. It's a man's world, and Santa is a white man's game. So she's gonna have her work cut out for her as she tries to make inroads to be the next Santa Claus.
So that's all you need to know. It is a feminist, woke takedown of Santa Claus that's masquerading as a comedy because it's not funny at all.
No, it's not funny. This is written by people who don't know how to set up or tell a joke. So instead, they just basically give you raunchy profanity throughout. Every single character is basically talking about the gangbang they just came from last night. And the joke is that these are supposed to be the cutesy Christmas characters that we're used to seeing in films like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But now they're talking with this foul-mouthed bravado of these degenerate people who live in the North Pole. Did it work for you?
No, it didn't work at all for me.
It didn't work for me
just
either.
Gutter trash. This is horrible all the way through. For something that should be a comedy, there's nothing funny about it, and I hate this. A lot of people are offended by this show because it goes after Christmas, and it's written by a Jewish lady, and all the actors are Jewish people, and they're all just shitting on Christmas, and it's a big takedown of Christmas. That doesn't offend me as someone who celebrates Christmas. That doesn't offend me much. What really offends me is that this miserable shit can try and pass as comedy.
Yeah, and that's the red meat aspect of it, where it's going to basically be like, oh, if you don't like the show, it's because you don't like the politics, and that's your problem, buddy. But if you actually look at it and say, well, wait a minute, your show's not funny, and it's a comedy, and it's supposed to be funny, and you can't tell a joke, and it's just a bunch of profanity. Like, can't you take the criticism? Well, no, don't you criticize me. It's political criticism. That's what you're leveling at me. And it's just not true.
That's right. It can be talentless shit, which this show certainly is. It's talentless all the way through. But if it's written by a lady, and it's following the hot trend of the day, these talentless people, and it's not just in this show, it's in the industry. You see it everywhere. People kind of masking the fact that they're not funny or that their story is not good, so they wrap it up in a kind of woke feminist message as a kind of protection for it to slide it through. And that's what's so awful about this is it's more offensive to me that something like this gets made, gets money, gets funding, and it gets put out there, and you've got a bunch of scumbags on the cast telling everyone who doesn't like it that they're a white supremacist.
Yeah, and you ask, who is this show for? Well, it's for miserable people.
I can imagine the woman just sitting in a room with herself or maybe one or two friends through the bong smoke and entertaining themselves. It's not meant to entertain us. None of it is meant for us. This is, it's like an echo. You just throw it at the wall and bounce the shit back because you like how it sounds to your own ears. That's what this entire show is. It's not for the audience. It's for somebody else entirely.
Yeah, you want to take down Christmas, you want to deconstruct it, shit on it, fine. Go for it, okay?
I don't care.
Your show sucks and it's not funny, so we'll just tune out.
Yeah. Well put. That's kind of the final statement on this trash heap of a show here. It's not funny. It sucks. Anything else you want to bring into it is bullshit, because that's the bottom line there.
Yeah, I just feel bad for whoever had to do the stop animation or whatever they had to do to actually film this thing and create these characters.
That guy did a halfway decent job.
Because it's not an earnest attempt at making entertainment. It's basically just, well, this is what we're producing. So if you're asking me this show's dead, it's a 1 out of 10, because I don't view it as an earnest attempt to actually entertain you.
I absolutely agree. This is a 1 out of 10 for me, too, for that reason. And, it's so badly written. And then to think that's good enough to just put that out because it is woke, because it is feminist, and you're going after Santa Claus, it's just all, there's nothing of value here. Nothing of talent. And the fact that everyone involved then in their little Hollywood elite bubble then tries to shit all over the fans by calling them white supremacists. You see a lot of the critical websites out there are now preventing any of the negative buzz from the audience, so the audience can't even review it. Critics are not even touching this now because no one wants to be caught in this hot political debate. That in itself is enough to get you a 1 out of 10 for your garbage show, and that's it for Santa Inc.
That is it. But guys, if you like reindeer threesomes or old people gangbangs, then maybe you'll tune into this show. If you do, please let us know in your comments down below. That's it for us. Check us out on Twitter, like and subscribe, and we'll see you all on the next one.